Bray Wyatt's documentary was just released and contained a very big teaser for the future, so we'll see what's going on there, and how maybe even Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman could get involved. Let's start things off with Bray Wyatt's documentary. The documentary highlighted everything from Bray Wyatt's personal life and his professional life in WWE. It took a deep dive into all the ups and downs, twists and turns that he had to go through. It was an amazing look back at his journey in life, but what it also left fans with was a massive teaser and confirmation that the Bray Wyatt universe may still have a future and more story to tell after all. The documentary ended with Bray Wyatt's tribute show from Smackdown back in August 2023, with the exact moment that his iconic lantern was left in the ring and turned off for the final time ever. But in this mini teaser trailer at the end of the documentary, the lantern that's turned off suddenly gets a spark of light back into it, and Uncle Howdy walks up to the lantern from behind, which of course signifies that the lantern has been turned back on for Uncle Howdy to now use and lead the way. A lot of fans understood that closing moment as WWE's way of confirming that Bo Dallas will be returning as Uncle Howdy. He'll likely have the lantern with him, and he'll become this main legacy character for the Bray Wyatt universe that will have more new stories to tell and keep everything going. This has been one of the most speculated and talked about matters since the loss of Bray Wyatt. Fans have spent the last few months debating each other on if the concept of Uncle Howdy picking things up and continuing things on his own would work or not, and if it would be in good taste or not. But this teaser here at the end of the documentary seems to be official confirmation from WWE themselves that Bo Dallas will be returning to the WWE, potentially as the Uncle Howdy character. Reports claim that Bo Dallas's return is something that's being worked on, but there's still no official time frame of when and how he will make that return to WWE. The details of Bo Dallas's return don't really look like they're set in stone quite yet, but it looks like that teaser was done just to lift fans up and get them hopeful for what still lies ahead for Bo and the Bray Wyatt universe. So the confirmation that Bo's return is at least being worked on in some capacity has fans running wild with fun ideas and speculation for how it could work. Of course, you have the idea that Uncle Howdy can continue things on his own. Maybe he won't be as powerful as The Fiend, but maybe a nice fair balance of being a respectable mid-card character and have some great stories to tell there would be something special to see. Some fans have even suggested that Uncle Howdy should continue his original mission that he was on in 2022 and early 2023, and that appeared to be the mission of converting Bray's former allies to join him once again. We know for a fact that Howdy was extremely interested in recruiting Alexa Bliss back into the fold. Bray and Howdy were entering Alexa's mind again from November 2022 all the way throughout Royal Rumble 2023. Obviously, that story had stopped at the time due to Bray's illness, but had the story continued, it definitely seemed like the big payoff was being set up for Alexa Bliss once again realigning herself with her old friend Bray Wyatt, mostly thanks to Uncle Howdy's influence on her mind. Even though we never saw that story unfold, it just appears to be safe to assume that they were taking it down a reunion path for Alexa and Bray. And the big main conflict between Bray and Howdy was that Bray was trying his best to be a changed man and run away from his past, while Uncle Howdy seemed locked in on the idea of bringing Bray Wyatt back to his past and force him back to his old ways. And it looks like the first major step of that plan from Howdy was to bring Alexa Bliss back to Bray Wyatt to further that plan of getting that side of Bray Wyatt out again. Bray had a lot of good times with Alexa, but also some dark times, such as the WrestleMania 37 betrayal. So maybe Howdy figured that if anything's going to break Bray back to his old ways, it's going to be having Alexa around again. And there's another legacy character of Bray Wyatt's universe still out there in the WWE roster. And that's, of course, Braun Strowman. Strowman came into the WWE with very little experience in the wrestling field, and it was Bray Wyatt who took Strowman under his wing, both on screen and behind the scenes, to teach him so much about the industry and help him on the path to success. And obviously, whatever Bray showed and told Braun worked out, because after Strowman spent a few years as a Wyatt family member, Braun Strowman became a certified main event star in WWE and even a world champion. So when you're thinking about individuals and characters that are closely connected to Bray Wyatt and his world, it's hard not to mention Braun Strowman as well. So assuming that Uncle Howdy stays true to his original goal when returning, could we see him finish up the recruitment of Alexa Bliss once he and she returns? Alexa has been very vocal about how she's currently training for her big WWE return that'll definitely be taking place in 2024. So if creative doesn't have much for Alexa to do at the moment, pairing her up with Bo's Uncle Howdy character to continue Bray's universe for themselves and the fans seems like a very fun idea to dive into. Alexa's always said that her dark character and working with Bray Wyatt is by far her most favorite moments of her career. So maybe doing something like this, both honoring Bray's legacy and keeping her evil character going, would be something that interests her. Of course, Howdy and Alexa's on-screen duo probably won't be to the levels of Alexa and Bray's on-screen pairing, but it would still be very interesting to watch unfold. And like we said, Strowman is still out there as well. Strowman has been out of action for several months with a neck fusion surgery, but he's also inching closer to a return and getting clearance soon himself. So could WWE put this Bray Wyatt legacy trio together of Howdy, Alexa, and Strowman? Howdy doesn't have any direct ties in history with Alexa and Braun, but what would be interesting about this trio coming together is that Alexa and Braun have deep and rich history with one another. They were partners for the mixed tag team tournament. They went extremely viral and were a fan favorite duo together during that time. And then we also can't forget that Braun and Alexa have even bigger moments together in the summer of 2020. Alexa had appeared to Braun Strowman as a version of Sister Abigail during Braun's Swamp match with Bray Wyatt, and that moment sent Braun and Alexa both down very scary paths. The Fiend held Alexa hostage as potential leverage with Braun Strowman, but Braun wanted nothing to do with Alexa, and that eventually led towards Alexa and The Fiend growing closer with each other. So as you can see, just so much history and moments there between that trio. So if WWE wants to take the three of those Bray Wyatt legacy characters and do something special to continue to tell new stories with them, fans will absolutely indulge in that trio. And obviously it goes without saying that if they were to put together a new Wyatt family of some sorts, Howdy's version of a family, it has to be done in good taste that not only keeps those three characters in a respectable spotlight in WWE, but also honors Bray Wyatt's legacy in a nice way. As long as everything on that list is checked off, an Uncle Howdy version of a family, or maybe even still revisiting some alternate version of the Wyatt 6 faction, would still be lots of fun to see. But the teaser was very nice and very hopeful, because if they're going to keep this universe going, there's literally no better option than Bray's little brother, Bo Dallas. Bo grew up with Bray. They worked together in the early days of their career. They worked together in 2022 and 2023. They were close brothers. If anyone understands Bray Wyatt's visions and how things should go to honor Bray Wyatt, there's no better option for that role than Bo Dallas himself. So taking Bray's brother and tagging him along with some individuals that played a big role in Bray's career, like Alexa and Braun, definitely seems like a cool concept to expand on. So hopefully Bo Dallas's return isn't that far out, but it's nice to see at least some confirmation from WWE themselves that it's coming, and hopefully it'll be something huge. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.